as we're going to be getting ready for our next game for our first semifinals match. This morning, in the bottom right hand corner of Gressman, we have the South Korean Zurich player representing CranKy Gaming. It is Dark. And spawning in the top left hand corner, we have his opponent. We have the South Korean Terran player, currently teamless. It is Percival. And a shout out to Percival. We haven't seen him in quite some time. He's been pretty inactive over the past couple of months, but I want to say maybe 2 weeks ago he has returned to competitive play. I think I heard through the grapevine that Percival had COVID for a while, and he was actually feeling quite unwell, so he took a break from StarCraft, but now he is back. He has returned, feeling better than ever. And Percival, he's gonna do his best Bjorn impression. He's gonna be, he looks like he's gonna be going for a 2 Rax opener. Boy, the first Rax is on the way. We should be seeing the second Rax soon as well. We'll see. We'll see if Percival does mix things up here, as Bjorn has been popularizing this quite a bit over the past couple of months, going for 2 Raxes into 3 Reapers into a CC behind it. But we'll see. We'll see what Percival goes for. I'm curious. Oh, because this is very different. Percival is going for a Rax expand. Okay. This is pretty greedy. This is very greedy from Percival. Because of this, he's not really going to have too much map control, and Dark can punish this as well once he does realize what's going on. Overlord does spot the first Marine, so he's aware of the lack of Reapers available for Percival. He knows that his opponent won't be scouting, and yep, there we go. Immediately Dark throws down a Roach Warren. So again, Percival, he did an SCV scout. He skipped his Reaper as well. Percival is in the dark. He has no idea what his opponent is doing, and I do think that this is a really good opportunity for Dark to abuse that. And hey, if he can ever, if Dark sees an opportunity, he goes for it. Always, Papi, always. Oh boy, and we can see the production is exposed. The add-ons are going to be exposed as well because of the spawn location. Both the tech lab and the reactor are going to be on the right-hand side. Marines are hunting down overlords, looking for at least a second one, but the second one is on top of an overlord pillar. Dark, so smart to get ready for that. And Lings do scout and confirm it is not a 2 Rax, it is a Rax into factory. I don't know, Papi, I don't know. We have a starport on the way, but because the production is all around the place, we can't go for an add-on swap. We can't go straight into a Banshee. Hellions aren't going to do much against Roaches. Marines aren't going to do much against Roaches. Percival still doesn't know what's happening, so there's no bunker either. Roaches will now be confirmed. And Percival's going for a BC! He's crazy, mate. He's crazy. There we go. He does start a Marauder. There's that bunker that we were talking about. He is attempting to react, attempting to prepare, but the Roaches are already here. The Roaches have already arrived. We have more Roaches and Ravagers rocking up. Behind this, Dark is droning. And the bunker will finish, but I can't say the same for the production. I can't say the same for the add-ons. As the reactor falls, the tech lab and this depot as well. Oh my god. And Percival, he's even forced to delay his BC. He's going for the Banshee. I mean, he has to. The BC just takes too long to make. Oh, and the bunker even falls. Now, eventually, I believe these Marauders should be able to hold on, but the natural base is compromised. Ravagers do focus down one of the Marauders. There's only one left. We go in, we scout the BC, we scout the Fusion Core. Dark sees everything, and he's still alive. He's still doing so much damage. The biles rain down into the mineral line. Behind us, we have another Ravager on the low ground as well. Oh. And this is game-ending damage. This is not quite what Beyond does. Aye. Percival just being really greedy and trying to get away with it. But I feel like greed is something that you can't do against Dark. You can do it against Solar. Not against Dark. As the Banshees are now out, we have a third CC on the way. Percival trying to lick his wounds. He's down to 23 SCVs. And Dark is just chilling. He's throwing down Spore Crawlers, getting Queens. Droning. Happily droning. There's no pressure on Dark to go for a full-out push. He can just macro and get further ahead. Meanwhile, first BC is now in production. And I'm sure Dark is going to be waiting until he has a Spire, until he has his lair, before he really does anything. Meanwhile, the Banshees are going for a bit of a counterattack, and they have to do some damage, and you know what? They are. 5 drones go down. Not too bad. Oh, no! But they do go down in the end. If the Banshees had survived, I think would be in an okay, like, it would have been an okay trade, but Percival does lose his Banshees. Meanwhile, we have a follow-up Overlord Scout confirming that indeed we have more in production. And there is that Spire on the way to help deal with those BCs. Meanwhile, Percival is trying to get into mech. We have 2 more factories on the way. But getting into mech from behind is a really difficult thing to do. As Dark has almost double the worker count. First BC teleports across the map. The Spore repositions. The Queens are on the way. The Hellions are looking to take advantage of this. They're looking to try and slip into the mineral line. As the BC gets 1 drone. Actually, no drone so far. Oh, there we go. It's 1 worker. The Hellions do rock up, but the Roaches are here. The Roaches do clean up that Hellion. The BC does find some damage, don't get us wrong. Not bad. And it does survive. Alas, we were still looking for more. As Dark gets into his Corruptor production, we have Roaches on the way. BC trying to be as annoying as possible. Percival even threatens a dive into the mineral line, but alas, recognizes that that's just a little bit too much, and now Dark can focus on his push. He's going to be bleeding out some of these Roaches, but I mean, he's doing this because Corruptors are on the way. Like, he feels so confident right now. Here we go, the Roaches are diving on top of these Hellions. There are 2 Cyclones behind this, and the Cyclones are trading very well for themselves, but the BC goes down to the Corruptors. The Corruptors can just go onto the CCs as well. They go for the factories. Just caustic spraying down everything they can. And this is the follow-up push to end the game. GG gets called. Dark takes game number 1. GG. Percival just cutting so many corners at the start of game 1, skipping, just avoiding the SCV scout, avoiding the Reaper scout as well, getting into his own build, into a very greedy build at that. And as soon as Dark realized what his opponent was doing, threw down a Roach Warren. Threw it down, knew exactly how to take advantage of the situation. And there's a reason why Percival's opener isn't commonplace. It isn't really utilized by many other people because it is such a risky thing to do, such a risky thing to try to pull off, especially when you have all of your production exposed that way, exposed in such a way. GG. GG. Now we're getting ready for game number 2. Meanwhile, it looks like we have a couple of updates. It looks like the other casters are going to be joining us because the upper match is done. As classic 2-0'd Gumiho and even 2-0'd Cure in the upper semifinals as well. I know Cure has been on fire. I know Cure has been looking to be one of the best Terran players in the world. But he meets his match here this week in Classic, and Classic moves on to the Grand Finals. Likewise, just like how Cure has been on fire, so is Classic. We've been casting a lot of Classic these past couple of months, and he has been winning these weekly tournaments. He's been taking down the best Terrans and the best Zergs in Korea. Classic has very quickly kind of rose into prominence and is now arguably top 2 Protoss alongside Hero in Korea. Like, arguably, Classic has superseded Creator at this point, but, you know, we'll see. That's a big claim. We can get into that claim later on because we're still here in the semifinals, and spawning in the top right-hand corner of Royal Blood, we have the South Korean Zerg player representing CranKy Z Gaming. It is Dark. Oh, let's go. Because spawning in the bottom left-hand corner, but also with an SCV across the map, we have the South Korean Terran player currently teamless. It is Percival. Rolling the dice, and not quite the roll that we were looking for. This is going to be a proxy 2 racks, which is, you know, can be quite powerful, can be quite intense. Unfortunately for Percival, Dark is going for a pull first. Very safe opener here from Dark. He's going to have access to Lings and Queens faster than normal. And with that, he's going to be able to shut down these bunkers a little bit faster as well. We do see the Overlords are headed in that direction. Looking at the pathing of this Overlord, I believe these Raxes should be out of range. I believe they shouldn't be scouted. But regardless, the first Overlord is zooming across the map and will eventually confirm that the Raxes are missing and they aren't at home. Lings are on the way, Queen as well. Looking at the vision here, Dark hasn't spotted that proxy. And because Dark is moving out a little bit further, he won't be in position to see these bunkers. But the Lings will. Oh, as the SCV does reveal itself here, Percival is now aware of the pull first, and Percival has nothing back at home to defend. This is gonna get awkward. Lings are actually scouting. They're not fully making their way across the map. Oh, as Dark is looking to confirm what's going on. This is Proxy Reaper? What? Okay. As the Reapers are revealed, Lings are about to rock up as well, and they could even delay the factory. One SCV does go down. Meanwhile, the Reapers reveal themselves back across the map. Dark did throw down a Roach Warren. We have more Roaches on the way. And, yeah, Percival gambled a little bit here, and I don't think he can find too much damage, unfortunately. Like, Roaches are just going to completely shut this down. There we go. We do see a cancel. The Reaper trying to break into the main, but the Roaches can just go across the map, and there's nothing back at home. There's going to be a Hellion. There's going to be a bunker and Reapers. Like, what are they going to do? They're going to die. Ay, ay, ay. As Percival is just rallying everything he can back home to defend. Boys are being pulled to repair prematurely because they have to. What do we have? Looking at the units tab, we have 1 Hellion and 4 Reapers. Looks like some of these Reapers are going to be able to jump on top of this morphing in Ravager, but we have high ground vision. Oh, we may even supply block Percival. Yeah, the Tech Lab is going to be going down in the depot as well. Dark, he's got a date tonight. He's busy. He's racing his way to the Grand Finals. As his Roach Ravager struggles to deal with these Reapers, to be fair. Oh, at least they did. Boys have to be pulled. We have a couple of Biles here, and they will be connecting. 5 SCVs go down. Eventually, this will be forced back. Nice split target firing there from Dark. He's going to be able to take down a couple more of these Reapers back at home. He's droning. He still has a couple of units trickling out across the map. 2 Lings specifically. These 2 Lings are on a mission. Up, up, up. Lings do get cleaned up, but they are able to scout the tech lab on that starport. As the Reapers dive into the main base, Hellion in towards the natural. And once again, Dark finds himself at a massive economic advantage. At least Percival has a pretty reasonable Reaper count, and with this he can poke and prod and delay that third base. So Percival has some counterplay available. Meanwhile, Dark is just building up his Roach army. Forces down 2 bases. Oh god! Percival tries to go up the ramp, but he does lose 2 Reapers in the process. Bit of a misstep. And yeah, Dark just has no chill. I mean, Dark, he sees the CC being built on location, which is crazy. And Dark is looking to deny it. Oh boy. Percival sees this, he tries to slow it down. But this CC, it will not finish. It will be delayed with this army of roaches. It's going to be cancelled. We didn't even have to cancel. We can just go into the main, to be honest. There it is. There's that cancel. Dark waddles his way into the main base. Doesn't need roach speed. We do have a Banshee that will eventually clean this up. Eventually. The boys are being pulled. But we already can't afford to lose workers. Alas, it's the only option here. GG gets called, and Dark will take the series 2-0. GG. Dark kind of reading the series so well for game 2 to go into a pool first opener. Honestly, really smart, and it almost hard countered what Percival was doing. Percival trying to go for proxy 2 racks. Yeah, Dark just happened to roll the dice and roll quite well there. Percival just going for a bit of a gamble, which is understandable. You're going up against the best Zerg player in Korea, you know, it does make sense. GG. GG, well played. Oh, and I should message Dave.